Welcome everyone to Office Hours Live, our weekly show where myself, Rakesh and David, hi guys, good to have you here.
Hey.
We're here to answer your questions, to update you as to what's been happening within Zenler and also to go through our education slot. So as always, if you've got any questions, please add them into the chat, and if we have time, we'll answer them live if we can. Remember, if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay, and let us know where you're watching from. So to start today's show off, I'm going to hand over to Rakesh, and we're going to get straight into the changelog, please, Rakesh.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. I'm just going to share my screen. Yes, if you have any questions on the platform, anything you're stuck on, this is the time where you can ask. Happy to answer anything that we can. So, do you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, at Zenler, we are constantly refining the platform. At bit.ly/nz changelog, you can exactly see what changes have gone in. Now, some of these changes may not make sense to you because it could be a lot technical. Yeah, so I think a couple of interesting changes that's gone in this week. One is we have added a new option where when you go from a lesson to next lesson, you must have seen there's a progress screen where you can see your X lessons completed. You need to complete X more lessons and so on. That you can turn it off if you want to. So if you're in here, in course details, there is now a way where you can turn off the course lesson progress screens between the lessons. It also says exactly what. If you enable this option, the progress screen will show between lessons. So this is inside the course player. When someone is taking a lesson, this is a progress screen that comes up. It's like a little gamification that we added earlier, and some instructors wanted a way to turn it off. Now you can do that here. And I think the next one is option to subscribe and unsubscribe to a funnel manually from the admin side. Earlier, when someone unsubscribed accidentally from a funnel, there was no way to add them back to a funnel. Now you can. In here, when you try and edit a lead, there is a funnels tab now, and then you can subscribe to someone to this particular funnel. Whatever funnel you want, you can just add it and say subscribe, and they're going to be added back to this funnel. So that's that, and rest of the other, there's quite a few other changes, but I think probably not relevant to many of you guys. Whole lot of fixes has gone in, and yeah, I think that's it from the changelog side. It's just a quick one, Kevin.
Okay, brilliant. At Zenler, as you know, it's not always about releasing new features every week. It's about building upon what we've already got, making it more stable, making it more reliable for you as course creators to be able to sell your courses with confidence. So there's a lot of stuff that we don't put on the changelog because there's a lot of technical bits. We don't really understand it. We just know it needs to be done. The tech guys get involved and get that moving. But if you're interested in what's on the changelog, follow the bit.ly link that Rakesh has put in the chat, and you can go and have a read through. It's updated every single week. So just a quick a few hellos. So hi to Dina, hi to Daisy, really good to see you here from Belgium. Hi Emma from the UK. Phoenix, good to see you from London. She's saying it's been tough. I'm sorry to hear that it's been tough for you. So you're glad to be here. Before we get on to the questions, just a couple of bits of housekeeping for us. Now, we have tutorials.newzenler.com is where we have a lot of free information for you. There's videos in there. That's where the next challenge is going to be run from. So if you've not yet signed up over there, please do go over there. That big course David's working on, when that's released, will be in there too. Also, we have our YouTube channel, and David's going to explain in the education slot a little bit later exactly what that is and what we do in there as well. So that will be really, really useful for you. If you're new to New Zenler, you've just joined us in the last week or two, then welcome. At the top of the Facebook group, you'll see an announcement tab. And in the announcement tab, there's a start here document. There's a couple of other really useful things in there. Also, we pin up the last couple of office hours, so you can get a feel for some of the stuff that you might be looking for. We run the office hours every week, so always bookmark your Monday and come along and ask us your questions, and we'll be more than happy to help you. So there are questions coming in, but I'm going to hand over to David first to go through the education slot, because that might answer some of them before we get stuck into it. So David, if I can hand over to you, please.
Yep. Hi, guys. So, right, the big thing that we've been working on last week was a roadmap to launch your site. And this has been asked for before, and it basically can give you a checklist of a sort of generic way of creating a course and releasing it and marketing it. So I'm just going to share the slide with you now, talk a little bit more about it. Can you see this, guys?
Yes.
Right, so this is a slide. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to, after this live session, we're going to actually release this for you to download, one as a low printer ink version and one as a full color version. I've also backed this up with a walkthrough of all the slides. So I don't need to go into a lot of detail now because it's already done. So I'll be posting that on our Ask Zenler on YouTube channel shortly. So if we run through these slides, we've got the first slide here, and then we've got a little bit of a welcome to tell you all about it. And then what you're going to find, and this is the bit you want to look at, is the an actual breakdown of stages you need to do to launch your site course or membership course. So we've got some research in there. If we move on to the next slide, then we've got identity. So it's setting up your branding, these sort of things. Moving through this, we've got site and course planning. So this is planning. Before we actually get even into Zenler, we're doing our planning before. So we're giving you a full breakdown through the whole process. Then once you go into it, we've got build the site and build your course. And then we go testing your site. So you've got to test everything. Then we've got the launch. And then we run into marketing. So this gives you a full thing right the way through so you can release. And then we've got engagement as well, which is these extra things that you can engage your students that have actually signed up through your marketing. And there we go. So we're finished on that. So hopefully, guys, there's a lot of information in there to look at. And in here, we have the PDF, and we're also releasing the actual Canva template, this template, for you guys to take into your Canva accounts, and you can edit it and make it your own. So we've got both a full color version and we've got a low ink version as well. So these will be also handed out and downloadable as PDF files. So if you want to print them out in your printer and then check them off as you're working through, you can do that as well. So this is quite a good thing for you guys. I know you've been asking for it. So now we've given you a full breakdown of a sort of generic formula right the way through from start to finish. As usual, moving on to the Ask Zenler tutorial. So this is tutorials.newzenler.com/Ask Zenler, and there's lots of support videos in here. I haven't added any. I have got some to add. So an announcement is that I'm going to be releasing 3 membership scenarios. So this is how you might want to handle a membership, and I'm going to give you 3 different versions. I've been talking to a lot of people that are running membership sites, seen how they've done it, taken the best bits from them and added my own into the mix as well to give 3 scenarios. So I'm going to be releasing that on Ask Zenler. It's fairly big, and that's also going into the main course as well. So I'm trying to do main course content and also throw some stuff out that's urgent onto the Ask Zenler site as well. So this is going to change a little bit. I'm actually going to do this so they're collapsible. And so you can just pull them out, because it's, again, this top bit's getting quite big. I'm also looking at putting some sort of search in here, but I haven't ironed out that problem yet. A future thing that's will be live workshops. So I'm going to run some live workshops on particular things and for particular levels. So if you're a new instructor or you just started with Zenler, then I'll be doing live workshops for you guys, and the intermediate, you're already using it, and the more advanced users. So we'll be running lots of workshops. Now, the first workshop I want to run in December, but I don't know yet. I'm going to try and tie up with Kevin, because Kevin's got a challenge. So it might be January. So we're going to work that out between us, but there will be live workshops coming pretty soon. And of course, make sure that you subscribe to youtube.com/c/Zenler. And you'll see on here the latest office hours always go in here, as well as all the Ask Zenlers and loads of helpful videos. So I think that's about it for this week. Over to you, Kevin.
Brilliant. Thanks, David. And, you know, I really like the way that the checklist is shareable on Canva. So if anyone that's watching this is working with a VA or someone outside of their immediate environment, you can share that and use that to make sure your team is working along the same tracks. You all know where you are. So I think that's really helpful and useful. And as David said, you can customize it. So if you need to add bits in or take bits out or share certain bits as a process for someone that you've brought into your business, then you can do so quite easily. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a end-to-end blueprint that they can use right from the get-go.
Cool. Okay, let's go on to the comments then, because we've had 33 so far. You guys are on fire this morning. So Tajal has a question, and this is one that's been coming up for the last couple of weeks. Rakesh, so Razorpay integration, is it available yet without Zapier?
Hey Tejal, Razorpay integration is not yet available, but we are. It's actually dev complete, and we're awaiting QA sign off. So hopefully soon. I don't have a date yet, but hopefully soon we will have Razorpay integration for the Indian market. And I think this is not just going to be a plain vanilla integration. We're going to support everything from subscriptions, payment plans, everything, coupons, everything included for the Razorpay integration, not just a plain vanilla integration.
Brilliant. Okay, Phoenix, we've got a question from you. So thank you very much for coming along and asking your question. So Phoenix's question, and we talked about this a while back, can we change the colors of the video player yet in our courses?
Yeah, currently there is no option to change it, but this is on our list to be able to skin the video player. So yeah, it will come later. As of now, no.
Okay. Hopefully that will answer your question. Emma, thank you so much for coming along live to us today. Emma's question is it possible to moderate / approve the comments and posts in community yet? As I work with children and families, so need this for safeguarding. That's an interesting question.
Yeah. Hey, Emma. Yeah, this is a very good question. Currently, the only way to moderate a post is just hit delete. There's no other option. Yeah, so we will definitely consider that. But this is, I think, first request around that. So yeah, so if we get more requests around it, we can definitely look at some sort of moderation. Like if you want anyone to be able to post something only after it goes through moderation, we can look at it later. As of now, we don't have the option.
Okay. Claire's got a question. I'm not sure that we can answer this right now, but we'll ask. Claire's question is, why is my user profile not saying that I'm the owner? I'm having problems with me and my VA having access to different things.
I think this was more like a technical question. For technical questions, please talk to support@zenler.com.
Yeah, that's and that's a good point to remind people. If things like that come up within your Zenler platform, if you're having something that isn't working right, then Facebook group is not the place to ask. The first port of call is to email in support, support@zenler.com. What that does is it generates a ticket for us, and we can then track that. So it means if lots of people are having the same problem, we know there's a wider problem going on. If it's just a one-off thing, it might be account level, or it could be that you haven't used it correctly, and we just need to show you very quickly how to put that right. So anything technical, always please email in at the first port of call. Of course, the Facebook group is there for support in all other ways, and use that as widely as you wish. So Emma's just saying she loves the platform. Tracy's in from Australia saying hi. Elvira is saying hi. Phoenix has another question. Phoenix, Rakesh just answered that in the changelog regarding resubscribe and unsubscribes. Rinku from India, Nicola from France. Gosh, we've got lots of you in today. This is brilliant. Yep. Claire, I had two SS who couldn't access our live lesson on Saturday, but everyone else could get in. They were logged into the site already. I don't know what an SS is. Subscribers?
Not sure about that.
Generally speaking, if there's an access problem and you're in and somebody else is in, then it's the person trying to get in is doing something wrong. That's been my experience, because if you know you're live and you're in, you've got an external person that's in with you live and somebody else is saying, I can't get in, generally speaking, they're doing something not quite right. So often it's down to the user. I don't know of any problems with the live sessions or access to live sessions right now. Rakesh, is there?
No, not at the moment. Only thing is I can think of is some kind of a pop-up blocker, which could potentially be affecting, but I doubt it. We have only issues for when you're presenting something on New Zenler Live, then we have an issue on Safari with pop-up blocker,
Okay.
But that shouldn't affect on the student side or the attendee side.
Okay, hopefully that's answered that question for you. Vivian, thank you for your question. Vivian's question is around quizzes. So can we edit quiz settings in one time for one course?
No, currently the quiz functionality and the survey functionality is quite limited as of now. It has features, but currently we have stopped development on quizzes right now. So what we're going to do, we are going to revamp it, the entire quizzes and surveys with branching and everything, with all the complex options and everything later on when we can get the bandwidth to do that. So currently it is what it is. Currently the settings is only at a quiz level. It is not at a course level.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. Barbara says hello from Hampshire in the UK. Dina has a question. I have a new PayPal account, and when people subscribe to my courses, their enrollment is kept back until PayPal decides that the transaction is completed. This is not good for the student because they have paid and now they don't have access. Is there a setting to allow the enrollment to proceed while I'm waiting for the money?
No, well, that's PayPal specific. These questions come up from time and time again, really, because PayPal sometimes decide if it's a new PayPal account, a really good idea is to make sure that you leave that account or you have some transactions going through that account, whether you're buying through Amazon or something, because then it builds up this kind of security between you and PayPal.
Yeah.
And they will sometimes stop transactions going through. They will allow it eventually, but this is a PayPal problem. So you need to contact PayPal and ask them kind of what's going on with it. And they should.
Yes, I would turn the PayPal integration off until you sort it, and then turn it on.
Yeah, use Stripe instead. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Anne says she has trouble finding office hours, and it's always the top post when we go live in the Facebook group. So just refresh at whatever time we say, and it will just pop up for you. Mohammed says, greetings from India. Is there any Indian payment gateways like Razorpay? Rakesh has already answered the Razorpay question. It's on its way. So look out for that. Phoenix says, David, thanks for the checklist. This is gold. Does that mean she's going to be sending you gold? I don't know. That would be nice. Emma says, so Emma, thank you for your question here live with us. Can we sell a live class yet? About to set up online art tuition for children weekly.
Yeah, so we are working on it. What is coming up next on New Zenler Live is automation and pages. So you should be able to set up all your entire automation, including reminders. And also we're going to add a set of themes that you can select to create the live classes and live webinars. And once we do that, the next step would be the ability to add pricing where students can buy things like credit packs for accessing X number of lessons and so on. It's coming up. We don't have it right now.
Yeah, and Emma, there's always ways and ways of doing things. And, there's no reason why you can't sell a course as a class and then give them access for students of that course only. And therefore the normal payment ways would be usable. So explore doing it that way until the direct sale for the live class gets put in place, because it shouldn't be holding you back from actually running these classes.
Yeah.
Okay, Vivian has a question. So thank you, Vivian, for coming along live with us today. Can we provide users a 1-year access to courses? David, do you want to grab that one?
Well, you can put an enroll date. You can set an enrollment date, so you can set a start date and an end date, and then the course would stop after that date. You wouldn't get any more enrollments. So I'm guessing that's kind of what you mean.
Yeah, I think there is a course validity also. So you can access in the pricing. There's something called course validity. So it'll kick the user out after like X days or whatever. So you can do that.
Yeah, and I'm sure that maybe that's an Ask Zenler, David, for length of time for people having access to a course. Maybe.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been through a lot of those things and given different scenarios. I think the membership scenarios I was talking about earlier, I think that's really going to help, because I cover all these kind of things. I've got to make sure I don't get too big, because membership sites, when you're trying to think of all the different options, can get massive. But yeah, enrollment dates and quarter enrollment dates, they work. So I'm showing all of that stuff as well. So hopefully that will help you. And of course, I'm saying membership site, but that could be applied to courses as well, if you're standalone courses. So it'll apply. The same thing applies on memberships as well as course sites.
Okay. And remember, when we talk about the Zenler platform, we use the terminology that's within the Zenler platform. That may not be the terminology you use for your own business. So just think about actually the functionality of each section within Zenler and whether it means the same thing for you. And I've had this conversation a couple of times over the last week with things like modules and lessons and classes and all of those things. It's just the way that we describe it, but often it means the same thing. So Phoenix is really happy with your Canva template, David. So she's saying that's awesome. Dina is asking, where do we find Ask Zenler? So Ask Zenler is on the YouTube channel. David is going to point upwards in a minute to show you the link above him on his screen there. So they go onto YouTube and they go to tutorials.newzenler.com as well. So you will find them in there. What is the R Zenler site? I don't know what the R Zenler site means. Phoenix, I think that's a typo.
I think she meant Ask Zenler.
Ask Zenler. Oh, yeah. It's not an actual site. It's within the tutorial site that we've got, and it's on our YouTube channel, which the hashtag that we use when people have a specific question, and enough people ask it, so we create a short tutorial very specifically answering that question for you. Tracy asks, so Tracy, thank you for your question. Will we get the ability to have the categories drop down in my courses as well as all courses page dynamically?
I think I'm not entirely sure what she means there. Does it mean that it's not working as intended, or?
So will we get the ability to have the categories drop down in my courses? So when they go on my courses in there, when they're logged in, can we have a drop down there for the different categories that they have access to, I'm assuming?
Okay.
So she means that,
okay, so I think she means that it's not consistent right now. We don't have the categories right now in my course, I guess. That's what she means. Yes. Yeah, we can certainly look at that if that is the issue.
She might also be thinking for the dynamic block, where at the moment we put the course dynamic block in. It shows all the courses. She also might be, can you select a category and courses only from that category showing that dynamic block? That could be also what she's
probably. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Not at the moment, but
So remember, if you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay, let us know where you're watching from. We have the tutorials.newzenler.com site where we put a lot of the videos. That's where the course challenges run. It's where David's classes are going to be held when he runs through those, the builds. We've also got the YouTube channel for you to go and look at. There's lots of stuff go on there. The replays and the edited versions of the office hours are in there. There's the pro user interviews go in there as well. So it's a really good place. So if YouTube's your thing, go over there, subscribe, hit the bell. You'll be notified when new stuff goes into that account. We've also got our group here in Facebook, and in the announcement tab at the top, just go and have a look there. So if you're new to us, go and look at the Getting Started article, which has a couple of links in it that you'll find useful. It's also got other resources that you can look at if you're just getting started with your Zenler platform. So we've got no more questions right now. So unless you guys have anything else, I think we're almost at the time of wrapping up.
Yeah, I've got a few people have been asking when the template's going to be coming out. I'm going to be posting that sort of within the next hour. I've got to upload the walkthrough onto YouTube and then tie the two up and put it onto Facebook and into our Zenler, but it'll be up within the hour. Other people have asked a lot of questions on here that I've actually already done the work for on this big course that we're releasing. So I'm going to look at those and try and get some of them across to our Zenler. That's what I've been trying to do, but the course will be out soon. I know we keep talking about it, but I just need to get it a little bit more finished, just so that it's finished to the point where I'm happy and Rakesh is happy, the guys are happy. And then we can pre-release it, and then I'll be adding more sections based off of what you guys asked me. So don't worry, it's coming out. We're working hard to get it over to you, but it will be out soon.
No, that's good. Office hours every week. We do run every Monday. For the foreseeable future, they're going to be run at 9 p.m. GMT. So there will be an event that's put into the Facebook group, and you'll be able to see that. And if you just add yourself as going to that event, it will remind you in Facebook that that's when it is. I also send a couple of emails out if you're in the tutorial site, where you'll get an email to remind you as well. So Rakesh, have you got anything else this week?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay, David, we're good?
All's good.
Right, then all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for coming along. Thank you for your support and your awesome questions as always. Have a really fantastic week in the Zenler community and selling your courses. And until next Monday, stay safe and we'll see you then. Thanks very much, everyone.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.